Welcome back, everyone. For those of you who are new, my name is Chloe and I work here at Cousin DIY in the design department. Today we're going to make 3 Galentine's Day projects, perfect for a Galentine's Day goodie bag. These are 3 succulent holders. We'll start with these that I made using crystals and cording. They're made using French yogurt jars. Eat your yogurt, clean the jar, take the labels off, and you have a nifty little jar to make these. I will show you how to make this one today. Start with the jar, clean, everything's taken off, the label. And for this one, we're going to use a whole package of cording. For starters, we're going to take the fold in the middle of the cord, wrap it around the top of the jar, and then we're going to bring both ends through that, gently and slowly pull that cord through so it doesn't get knotted on you. Once we get those cords through that fold, find an end of cord and then we're going to separate the 2 cords. Be patient. It isn't hard, it's just a clumsy process here. Okay, so I'm going to have that cord over there, and this cord is just dangling off this end of the table. So where the fold is, we're going to start bringing the cord around, and every place that it meets, we're just going to continue wrapping down around the edges of the jar, crisscrossing where they meet. We're going to come down all the way around the jar, almost to the end, but not quite. We'll be putting crystals around the bottom. So at this point, we're going to take both ends, make sure it's nice and snug around the jar, and we're just going to tie the double knot. At this point, we're going to trim those cords, and then I'm going to try to hide the knot up behind the other ones that we wrapped around. I always make that the back of the jar so nobody would see it, even if the knot showed a little bit. The next step is to attach our crystals. And as you can see, they're very tiny. What I did is I took a Sharpie pen, a fine point, and I started by making a dot where I'd want my first crystal, and then I try to make a matching dot on the other side at about the same spot. So we've got one here and we've got one there. And then I twist it, I try to find the middle, and then I'm going to make one here and I'm going to make one in the same spot on the other side. And I just kept going around, keep going around and finding the middle and making another dot on the other side in the same space. Next, we'll take our crystal glue pen and we'll place little dots of glue. I won't do them all at once. We're going to try to make them line up so they're the same distance from the bottom of the jar. And then any dots that show afterwards we'll just wipe off with an alcohol swab or paper towel or Q-tip. There, that's enough for now. We'll take our crystal applicator and one crystal at a time. We just tap this on the crystal, it holds the crystal. And then we place the crystal on top of the glue dot. And we'll just be working our way around. At this point, we're going to set this aside to dry. Once it's dry, we'll fill it with rocks and our faux succulent, or a real succulent if you'd like to. For our purposes today, I made another one ahead of time that is dry. We'll use that to assemble. We will start with some rocks. These are white rock chips. Got them at the dollar store. And we're going to start filling our jar. Maybe about a third of the way full. Take your succulent, fill it so that your succulent is at the level you'd like it to be. Oops. I think I'd like mine right about there. And then you're just going to go around, trying to keep it in the middle, and place rocks all around the edge evenly as possible to fill in that gap. If you want, you can add more or less. We made a succulent jar. Pretty cute. Now I'll show you how to take those little marker dots off our jar. Start by pouring a little alcohol. Well, that was plenty. We don't do quite that much. And we will take Q-tip, dip that in the alcohol, and then we're just going to go around the base of the jar, and anywhere that you see a marker spot, we're just going to rub it off. I think we got them all. It's that simple. Now we're going to make our wine glass charm markers. This is one. It's just using different colored beads that complement each other. The first step is going to be to find some wooden Scrabble letters to spell whatever it is you'd like to spell. Names or sayings. We chose the saying Gals Wine DIY. You'll need to drill a small hole in the upper left-hand corner of each letter and make sure it's large enough, just large enough for an 8mm jump ring to go through it. So here's our letter G. We'll set that aside. Our next step is to take a hoop, and what I found worked the best, these are stainless steel, was to break the end, that little bend at the end, just break it off with a pair of needle nose pliers. and then start beading on the beads in whatever order you like.
There is nothing lost between us.
So at this point, I'm going to take the needle nose pliers and we're going to make a new bend in the bottom of the hoop. So I'd say right about there. We're going to bend that. And then that will go through the little loop on the other side of the hoop. We're almost done, and if you want, you can trim. I think we'll trim that a little shorter. And next, we're going to take the jump ring that's holding our Scrabble tile here. We're going to put it between the two middle beads. And as simple as that, you have a finished wine charm. Let's see what this one looks like on a wine glass. There you go. Let's party. Adult friendship bracelets. Here there are 6 bracelets. They're all very similar but different combinations of the same beads. I think we'll make this one today. And we will start by cutting a 13-inch length of cord. This cord is too thick to go through some of these beads, so we're going to unravel it. And to do that, we're going to work it between our thumbs until we get it to separate on near one end, and then we're just going to work one of the plies of strand out. And if you're making multiple bracelets, you can separate this into two more pieces, but for our purposes we just need one. So using a big eye needle, which opens in the middle, slide one end of your cord through that needle, snug it, hold it on to the needle, and we'll start making the main pattern of the bracelet. You can make up your own designs, your own patterns, or just use random beads if that's what you'd like.
There is nothing lost between us. And oh, I know you have your reasons. Some days I'm a mess, but I know there's a rainbow over all of the past. Your head on my shoulder, but I know we're better.
Now that completes the main part of our bracelet. The next step is to create the slider of the adjustable bracelet. So to do that, we want to join both of our cord ends together in the bead needle. And we'll bring these joint cords down through sparkly AB round. And this you might need a tool to help you with this. Pull that through. I use these needle nose pliers just to pull that, tug that through the opening of that bead. And a bronze. Now we're going to separate these cord ends again, and we're going to put stopper beads near the end so that when someone wears and adjusts the bracelet, the beads won't fall off. Next, we're going to position these near the end of each cord. We're going to tie an overhand knot above and below the E-bead on each side. We're going to repeat that on the other side.
Is the same, this is how we go.
Now you have an adjustable bracelet. You can trim our cord ends. We have an adjustable knotted friendship bracelet. And here are the 3 projects for our Galentine's Day bag.
Sometimes we hold on to let go.
I hope you've enjoyed these projects, and I wish you all a very happy Galentine's Day. Bye!